hello guys, hello everyone. You welcome to this amazing Photoshop class. Okay, so in this assignment I'm going to walk you through on how to design a very simple and catchy website banner for a product. Okay, so you are going to design a product like this. This is a very simple, no need for you to struggle a lot. All right, it's going to be very simple. And then you can see we have here pods, here pins, and then maybe earphones and smartwatch. All right, and so I'm going to give you the color codes and I'm going to take you through the website that I picked this amazing design from. Okay, and how you can also replicate it to design your own. All right, without wasting my time, let's start. All right guys, so you welcome. I'm not going to waste my time. Okay, so quick one, let me walk you through the site. All right, so this is Jumia Ghana. Okay, so this is Jumia Ghana. So you could see from the bar top over here, that is the nav bar, the search bar over there. Then you could see this banner over here. That is what I'm talking about. Okay, so you could see that particular banner there. That is what we call the flashy banner, or mostly we call it the carousel. So it moves through. You could see another flyer happening over here. Okay, so all these flyers are very important for us, especially in our more sites. Okay, so you could see this first banner that says upgrade your home. So you could see it goes up. So this is productivity within limit, up to 50%. So you can design a very simple flyer like this. Okay, very catchy. Charlie, drop that yam. Okay, so this is, you could see the two colors combination, amazing one over here. Okay, so you see shop global. All of these banners are very good. It makes the site, very catchy and interesting. Just look at the site, the colors. Have you seen this? Very amazing. Flash sales, everyday deals you don't want to miss. Okay, May sale, up to 50% off. Okay, so all these flyers are what we are going to design. Okay, so let me go down here to, you could see another one. So you see, okay, so this is Samsung A14 64GB HDD. The price is here. The old price has been cancelled. All of these, this is amazing. I mean, simple banner or simple flyer that you can just advertise things on our MyMore product. Okay, not necessarily copying the same, but we are basing on the concept. Okay, so don't forget to read a book. We'll leave a link in the description. We call it Still Like an Artist. Okay, so I'm just walking you through the site, then based on that you will design your own thing. So we are going to also learn how to design this banner as well. Okay, good. And this, so you see the design. Okay, so I picked the design from here. If you look at this, so this is what we are going to learn today. All right, and once you are able to design this, you could design any design that you set your eyes on. Let's go to Photoshop. Okay, so this is the design. So I just change the color small and then you are good to go. All right, so the first thing as a designer you have to do is to go to file and then go to new. So once your document panel comes, you can change this and name it as banner. Then we are going to design in pixels. Okay, there is a reason I really love designing in pixels. Okay, so we are leaving the width in 1080, the height we are reducing it to 600. all right, then with the resolution, because we are using it for sites, it's better you reduce the resolution to 72. There is nothing wrong with leaving the resolution to 300. There is nothing wrong with that. You can also leave it like that. And then we are leaving the color mode in RGB. Okay, any other thing, the background is white, any other thing over here, we are good to go. Then you go ahead and click on create. Your banner size is here. So this is your canvas. So you press on Ctrl O to make sure that it fits. You bring your rulers. Okay, so the rulers, I want it to be within this lane. Then I'll bring this one to the 10. Okay, here on this 10 we are good to go. So the next one that we have to do is to bring in the color of the background. Quick one, let's go to that. So for that one I use what we call the solid color. So I'll go to my adjustment layer, which is this one. Click on it, Then I'm using a solid color. Click on the solid color, and I'm going to change the color. I mean, this color picker is movable, okay, so you can just move it, shift it up to this part, and then we have something called color code. Okay, now I'm going to give you the color code. Okay, so once you put in the color code here, down here, I mean, the color will come. So this is the color that we are using. That is 2B9 4AF. 2B9 4AF. Once you put in the color code here, you will have this color over here. Then once you are done, you can go ahead and click OK. So the next one is for us to bring our rectangle. Okay, bringing in the rectangle, as usual, you know what to do. Let's zoom out, Control minus to zoom out. Then let's pick our shape tool, okay, which you right click. Because I want the rectangle, I'll pick it and then draw my rectangular shape like this. Very beautiful. Then what you are going to do is that go and select your move tool, click on the move tool so that you can just move it around. Then the next one is we don't need this property. I always said that as soon as you draw the shape tool, quick one, the properties will drop. We don't need it, so click it. Then what we are going to do is that we are going to curve this particular shape. Okay, so you bring your mouse closer to any of the edges of the shape. Okay, for example, like this. So you could see that my mouse is curving. All right, so you could see over here, all right, that the mouse, once you bring it, yes, up here, you can see that the mouse has curved. So you click, hold, and then you drag it. All right, so you could not see it, so let's zoom out. Okay, so it means that I'm having something like this, so let's curve it a little bit small. Okay, so something like this I think is good for me. Then you can move it around until you don't see any of the colors appearing over here. So I think this is okay for me. Then I'll go ahead and double click or go and click on this check mark. Amazing. So we'll go ahead and change this particular rectangular color. We don't need the white, so we double click on this thumbnail. Please don't click here. Double click on this particular thumbnail, this part, double click. Your color picker will pop up. Then you put in the color code over here. All right, or you can just highlight the FFF. Then you put in this particular color code, which is 78C 8E9. 78C 8E9. All right, so but I want you to maintain the same colors. Okay, go ahead and click. Okay, all right, so we have our background, everything, so you can group it. It's very important to group it. So select the rectangle, select the solid color. Okay, once you are selecting, make sure that you press on Control and then you select the two layers. You press on Control again, then you press on J on the keyboard, which is for group. All right, so J, then you group it. Then let's name this group 1. Double click here and name it as background. There is a reason for us to name it, or we can name it background. So here you can go ahead and lock the background. Why do we lock it? In order to prevent us from moving the shapes along. But when we open it, let's say, and I open it, you could see that I can move it around. I want to prevent movement, so I will just close the group and lock it. Okay, so the next one is for us to bring in the ratings or the text. All right, and after that we bring our accessories. So let's do that. So quick one, we go and select our text tool. Now the font that we are going to use throughout is called Poppins. All right, we are going to use Poppins. So I said that any tool that you select, you have your option bar here. Okay, so let's go ahead and change the font. The font is already on Poppins. Okay, and with the Poppins we are using a bold. Okay, then we are using the size to be 30. We want it to be on sharp. Okay, then make sure that you are typing. The alignment should be on the left. The color is white. Very simple. Then go ahead and type it. Okay, so we are using caps, so up to 30% off. So that's the main thing. Then you go ahead and click here, or better still, activate the character, because the character is important. So click on the character and then select your check mark. Now if you come to my character, the more settings or details, you can see my spacing between the up to and then the 30%. Let me correct that. 30%. You could see that the spacing is very close, because you could see my AA over here, I have set it to 25. Now when I set it to Octo, you could see the spacing in between them, because I don't want the spacing to be that much. That is why I set it to 25. Okay, so let me see, 24, which is not bad, but I picked 25. Okay, so make sure that you also have 25. Then the spacing between the texting over here, so you can see up to, I set it to not auto. I don't want 0. I pick 50 because I want them to be close. Okay, apart from that, the font size is 30. Any other thing, you are good to go. Then still, you could see that my text tool is still activated, so I cannot move. Go and select your move tool before you can move it around. Okay, so what we do next is to expand the text. Okay, so just click on any edge and expand the text. So I have something like this. Very good. So over here, what I'll do next is to copy this. All right, so Ctrl J to copy, bring it here. Okay, then I'm going to change the font to regular. All right, then I'm going to use accessories your phone needs. Amazing. So you have something like this. Then what we are going to do is we're going to reduce the font size to, let's reduce the font size. So this, I will set the space in the AA to auto and then reduce the font size. Okay, so let me pick something like this, which is absolutely beautiful, but it's too big. So let me pick 36, which is okay for me. Let me press on Ctrl O to zoom in and see everything here. So let me expand the, yes, okay, very good. So there's it. You can just expand it. So let's check it. So I'm using, let's say I'm using 40 for the accessories here. Then with this, I'm using 125 the font. So you can just put in 125 there, and then with the spacing, you could see that it is you can just highlight it and put 103 there, enter, then you are good to go. Amazing. So what is left for us now is to bring in the gadgets. All right, so let's do that one quick. So bringing in the gadgets, so what we do is that you head on to your Google. If you have connected your laptop to an internet, so what you do is, quick one, just come to your search, then you can type in smartwatch. So you get a lot of smartwatches, so just pick anyone. So I just pick this. So once you come here, you click on this. If it is this that you want or this that you want, you click on it and then you wait until it loads up. Now let me show you. Once you click on it, you can see that it looks blurred until the brighten comes. So let me click on this watch and take a look at what will be here, and always check your sizes. 1200 by 670, which is, okay. So if I like an image like this, I'll right click it and then go to save as. So you have to channel it, but always when you are saving, make sure that your save as type is on JPEG. If it is on web, is not a picture, so you cannot use. So always make sure it is either JPEG or PNG, and make sure the background is white. The reason is that removing the background makes it so simple. Okay, good. So let me save it. All right, so I've shown you how you can just download images from the internet. Okay, so if it is the ear ports that I need, so you type in ear ports, search for it, then you are going to get a lot of ear ports. Okay, so all these, if you like them, if it is this that you need, then you use it. All right, if it is also this that you need, then you hit it. Just search for it, but don't worry, I'm going to give you the images that I use for this particular tutorial. So the next thing that we are going to do is for us to bring in the images. Okay, so let me go to my images. First, I'm bringing in this particular smartwatch, so just click and drag onto Photoshop. Okay, so you're going to get something like this. So what you do is to resize it. Click on any part of the edges and resize, double click it. We don't need the character anymore, so click it. Then what you are going to do is to rasterize this image, because we don't want the background white to be there. Okay, so we rasterize the image. Right click the layer, then go to rasterize layer. Now the raster layer means that now the layer or my element is now good for me to edit it. So I want to take the background off. The tool that is best for us to use is Magic Word tool. So or you right click it, you get a lot of selection tool, but we need a Magic Word tool. Select it and then go to the part that you don't like. So if it is this white background that I don't like, click on it, a selection will be done, then you click on delete. All right, then you go to the next part, you click on it, a selection will be made, you delete, you go to this part, you click it like that, then you are good to go. So just take your time. So you could see, let me zoom in so that you have a look at it. So if you want the selection to go, press on Ctrl D, the selection will go. Now there is this white thing here that I don't like, so I click on it and delete them one after the other. Okay, now if you want to have a very clear look at it, make sure that you zoom your work. Okay, so if I want the selection to go, Ctrl D. So now I have my watch, so you can resize it, okay, and place it somewhere here. Now let's go in and bring in another image. So you can see that I have selected my layer watch. So anytime I bring in another element, it will come on top of this watch. I hope you understand. Good. So let's move on and bring in the earpiece or the earphone. Okay, so let me bring in the AirPod. Okay, very good. It also has white background, so you know what to do. Right click, so you can see it has come on top of the first smartwatch. So right click, rasterize, go and delete it, delete the white background. So and then now I can go ahead and resize it again, so place it something here. So you see we are arranging the thing. Very nice one. Good. The next thing that we are going to do is to select the Samsung AirPods, go and bring in our headset. All right, so let's search in for our headset. So this is the headset that we need. You click and drag it onto Photoshop like this. It also has white background. Double click it, right click to rasterize, go and select your rectangular Magic Word tool, then you take off the white background. Now after taking out the white background, you can see that we have some writings over here, the red dot winner 2023. We don't need it. So what do? You select the second tool, which is the rectangular Magic tool. All right, that one, what we use it for, we use it for cropping. So select that. Let me select the rectangular Magic tool. So you see my selection is here, so let me select it and do a selection about the area. Make sure that the selection does not come here, so just do the selection only here. Okay, so I don't need this part. Then you hit on delete. Okay, then you do a selection, just take your time at the 2023, then you also delete it. So now you have your image left alone. So Ctrl D to deselect. Please just take your time and then do it. Okay, all right, so what do we do next? We want this ear set. Okay, let it go down because it is on top of all the images. All right, okay, so let's bring it down to the third image, like here. Once you see that blue or red or green line here, then you leave it. So now it is here. I'm going to expand it. Okay, just click on any part of the edges and expand it this way. Amazing. Okay, so I really like this. Let me bring it here. Okay, so I think this is okay for me. Okay, then I'm going to bring the watch as well, which is on top, something like this. Beautiful. So I need something like this. Now you could see our image looks like it is suspending in the air. Okay, now if you come to our main design, you could see that it looks like there is a kind of shadow under these images. So it makes it you feel it that, oh, it is just on the floor. You understand? So we are going to create a kind of shadow. Okay, and it's very simple. Now how do we create that particular shadow? All right, good. So let's bring this particular image up. So what we are going to do is that select the down one, which is the headset, then go and select your ellipse shape. Okay, we're going to use the ellipse shape for that. So select the ellipse shape, make sure that you have the fill color to be black. Okay, so fill color black. Then what we are going to do is that just make a shape which is oval shape or a shape like this. Okay, very simple like this. Then what you are doing is that click on move tool, move it to the part that, yes, so you could see over here that the ellipse shape, it is on top of the ear set. Okay, so bring it down to the ear set because it's supposed to be down the ear set. You understand? So you can see that it looks like the ellipse shape is deep. I hope you understand. It's very deep. So what we'll do is that we are going to edit the ellipse shape so that it looks very faint and very light. So this is what we'll do. Rasterize this ellipse shape, which you makes it editable. Go to your filter, set it to blur, and go to Gaussian blur. Very good. And with your Gaussian blur, we are going to set it to either 6 or 6 or 6.5, which is absolutely okay. Then you go ahead and click OK. Now you could see from here that my ellipse tool now looks like roughy. It has to be sharp or very faint. So we are going to edit it. Now what you do is that you press on Control, okay, don't move your hand, and then click on these parts. Okay, so we are going to close the gap between this and then down over here, these two parts. We are going to close it. So click here and drag it down. So you could see that now I have closed it a little bit. You can just close it more if you want. Okay, so I can even close it like this, but I think this is absolutely okay for me. Then now I think it's okay, so I'll just bring it closer to where I want to place it. Then go ahead and click here, take the tick mark, and then see how it looks like. If you think it is still suspending, you can just bring it up so that it looks like, yes, it is resting. So something like this. So we can just push it up here a little bit. Okay, so something like this. Then go to up. Then what you are going to do is that you can reduce the opacity to something like 70 and see how, which is fine for me. Then we are going to copy them and place them under each of these shapes. So let them bring it onto this object. Okay, the airport like this. Copy it again, bring it here to where the smartwatch is. Copy this again. So let me make sure that I've select there, and then let me bring it. Okay, then let me bring in this. Okay, so this really looks beautiful. It does not make your work look like it is suspended. So once you have something like this, it makes your banner looks very simple and catchy. So what we are going to do is to group everything that we see on the layer side. Press on Control and select whatever, including the ellipse. Then you group it, Control J. Then you can name it, though you can name it like images. So you have something like this, which is absolutely okay. So what we are supposed to do is to export your image or you save it. So you go to File here, then go to Export. Okay, I really like export because it's very sharp. When you save as copy to is good, but let's learn how to export it. So go to Export and Export As, and you are going to get your export panel. Then you do your settings, then you are good to go. So what we do here is that make sure the format is JPEG. We don't need the PNG, we don't need anything, we need JPEG. Then the quality, I always go for great because I want the sharpness to come. Check my size, the scale 100%, everything is okay for me over here. Then go ahead and export it. Then you are saving it to desktop. Click on desktop and have a look at our work. So here is our work. Let's double click to have a look at it. Very simple. It looks so beautiful and very simple. So with this, you can place it on your website or you can place it on your site. Okay, up to 30%. Basically, you mostly use this for advertisement. Okay, that's very important. Try your hand on this particular design and it will help you. This is very simple. Within some few minutes you do that. Because I want to take my time and explain certain things, that's why the video has kept long like that. So thank you so much and see you in the next video. Bye.